Hello, welcome crypto enthusiasts, crypto skeptics, and a special hello to all of you energetically sensitives and empaths who want to check out what this is all about, crypto spiritual energies. Welcome to our weekly crypto spiritual energy update here from Colorado, and transCODES is hosting this update for us. Now, those of you who are new to Crypto Spiritual, just know I'm an energy healer, energy worker, and abundance coach. So I help people to navigate through collective energies, and I do a weekly energy update. I've been working as an energy healer for 10 years, and so my specialty really is to pick up on the emotional sentiment that is going around here in our collective and help people to navigate through this, also train them how to become better energy workers and self-healers. And this includes the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and etheric, which may be a new perspective for you, especially when thinking or talking about finances or cryptocurrency. So why am I doing this here singled out for the cryptocurrency market? Simply because I'm an enthusiast myself. I started out in the software industry 30 years ago. I've seen a lot of technological innovations happening, and I can tell you with 100% certainty that this is the future. So there's no doubt in my mind, but I understand that everybody has a different sort of stage of their journey and also different age and a different experience level. So let's talk about crypto spiritual energies of this week. We've had a lot of news this week, and some of this was a bit disconcerting, in regards to the FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt faction here of the news media is constantly bombarding us with, like this government doing this and this government doing this, and nobody has really come to a conclusion yet as to how to handle cryptocurrencies, whether they should be handled as a security, whether they should be handled as a currency. There is a variation here from country to country. The United States is a bit singled out. It is not 100% clear how to tax gains from cryptocurrencies, but it's obvious that this is a big chunk of money that the IRS doesn't want to lose out on. So it's regarded as relatively crypto friendly. However, as Americans, we are excluded from a few exchanges, wallets, or ICOs, initial coin offerings, which has led to a little bit of frustration, including myself, over the past, I would say, 6 months, because this is becoming a little stricter here. I've commented on this before, guys. All these precautionary measures that are now starting to become more apparent here in the crypto market are not bad things, okay? We need those to build a strong foundation, to have healthy growth. As institutionalized or smart money, as I called it before, is moving in, these things have to be regulated a little more, but not in the sense that they kill the entire crypto spirit, namely the decentralized idea and the power of data back to the individual, but in a sense that it becomes easier for us to discern and easier for us to make investment decisions. All right, so much of what is happening here right now is weeding out sort of the bad apples, and I'm actually quite happy about this, so I'm not really worried. I don't take those news articles that produce fear or uncertainty for real, because I know that these exact same companies or exact same governments are applying for patents, they're applying for new technologies, they've allocated money for research and development and future products at the same time. So what is happening here, and we talked about this last week, the manipulation aspect of the market. I wouldn't really call it manipulation, but it is, of course, the outcropping of capitalism, that everybody tries to get the best position. And sometimes gaining the best position can be accomplished through slowing everybody else down. Okay, so this is the overall situation in the news, in the crypto news sphere, is that everything seems to slow down a bit, while underneath the surface, massive amounts are being invested in blockchain technologies. So if you are not aware, or if you're not really reading those kind of news, then just take my word for this, all right? So there's no problem really in the foundation and all the naysayers that say Bitcoin could go to zero. I mean, theoretically, that is, of course, possible, but that's possible for stocks as well. That's not the point. What I wanted to talk to you about is the house cleaning that is going on right now, and how you should view this, or at least how I view it. And that, for me, is actually a positive development. We do have latest news here in regards to CENTRA that was now just recently taken down by the SEC. Okay, CENTRA has been subject to discussion from the beginning when they announced their ICO, and those of you who've been with me for a while, you may remember this, that I strongly reminded you to trust your inner feeling. Okay, there were people like CLIF who have, sort of outed this in a very early stage, and even if you were, if you didn't see those videos from CLIF, then you still may know that there is. There were many indicators as to why CENTRA may not be all what they sort of have claimed. And this is coming to the surface now. And there will be a few more noob coins or shit coins or whatever. So just take all this with a salt of grain, and, follow your instinct here. The smart money is going to flow where the most volume is, and also where sort of the longest history exists. Okay, so we're looking at probably the top players here in the top 20 of the crypto market. And this is just something that you can use as discernment tool for yourself. Look at the history. I mean, there are tokens such as Ethereum that actually are being used. Okay, so besides that Bitcoin is used as currency from time to time, and Litecoin hopefully more and more in the future, these three are definitely good bets for you, no matter what sort of the market shows on a daily or hourly basis, all right, because they actually have a track record of use. And so do some of the ICOs, maybe not in regards to this particular product, but in regards to the people that are involved in the projects, the team that is behind it, that has maybe participated in other projects such as Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum, and that is now producing a utility token. So these things are very important discernment tools for you, when it comes to like determining whether an ICO coin is legit or not. There are some research tools that I have posted in my Facebook group. Guys, this is a free group. Just come to Crypto Spiritual on Facebook. I post good research tools there whenever I find them. And I have listed a few links here with this video that help you to, do basic research on ICOs. And some of them are wonderful. They put everything together for you. Yes, and now that people are logging on, wonderful to see you guys here. Welcome to Australia. Welcome to Trinidad. Welcome to South Africa. Welcome to America. So good to have you guys here. Smash the like button for me. I know I'm a small channel here, and this is only a side line of transCODES, but push the like button for every video. This is what helps me to get subscribers. And the next subject that I wanted to talk to you about is, what these collective energies here, how they affect the crypto market, they don't affect the crypto market. Let's put it the other way around. How collective energies are reflected in the crypto markets and how we can use this for, potential forecasts. Okay, I say potential because there's always, of course, the element of surprise. And for the next 2 weeks at least, we have to live with a very, very high potentiality of surprise. So I can only sort of stress this out, that of course I'm not a crystal ball seer or fortune teller here. I'm trying to give you a good foundation as to how you can judge the situation and whether this is a good time to invest right now or not. Yes, Southern California. Good to have you here. All right, guys, you can ask live questions. All right, use the chat to ask me and I will respond to this right away. So is this a good time to invest right now or not? As I have just explained in the collective energy update, there are specific conditions right now that have or that create high energetic stress on people, whether they are aware of it or not. So whether you're an energy worker or you're aware of chakras or not, these things will affect you, and they primarily affect your first, fifth, and sixth chakra, wanting to move more into your fourth chakra, whatever that means. I'll explain that. Don't worry, you don't need to know all this. But reflected on the crypto market, what this means is that whenever the first chakra, the root chakra, this is the foundation of our energy system, is affected or stressed, that means that people go into anxiety, they go into the fear of survival, all right, and also potentially into a really deep depression, the fear of not moving forward, the fear of losing everything they have. This is very, very fundamental. It's at the root of our energy center. And in the crypto market, whenever there's a sort of first chakra times, right, I see this reflected in not only very frequent pump and dumps, but pump and dumps are situations where over a very short amount of time, like say on a daily level, certain coins get pumped and priced. They have a rise of like say 15 to 40% within a day, and then the next day they lose all that again. So an extremely high volatility, and this of course is done through crypto communities or crypto outlets, where you'll see buy this, this is the best, and then the next day, you lose everything again. So in first chakra times, we have a lot of pump and dump, but we also have this overall retraction of market capital. Now, this has been happening for the last 3 months, and some of that had to do with the collective energies, namely a very specific constellation between first chakra and 6 and 7 chakras. 6 and 7 the 6 and 7 chakras, our upper chakras, they have to do with our inner vision. They have to do with our ability to look in the future, and the ability to tune into this. All right, and so there has been a lot of enthusiasm and sort of unrealistic expectations, and sometimes also sort of a really sort of, forgive me, but I was caught by this enthusiasm in December as well. That there is no end in sight, and this will go up forever. Okay, this is what a lot of people call bubbles. All right, but as a market cycle, I wouldn't call it a bubble, simply because there is an overall buying pressure that is building right now, which means that it is very, very clear that towards the end of the year, we will have a wonderful gain that we will see overall. And most people expect this to happen now in the second quarter. Usually this is the stock market cycle as well after tax season here in the US, which is April the 18th. So this is a date that will probably come in as a relaxation for all of us. And from a collective energy standpoint, I can confirm this. So I'm actually looking at the crypto market rising starting from the 14th to the 18th of April. This will be a time where we will most likely see this crypto spiritual barometer here go into the green zone. And, it will be a lot easier for us to make investment decisions. Now, for those of you who don't really have first chakra issues themselves, all right, and if you can actually connect with your inner guidance and with your inner feeling, like myself, this is not a bad time to invest. All right, for me personally, I think we've almost, hit the sort of the bottom here. There can be, of course, corrections, probably, or what most people talk about, $5,500 for BTC, for Bitcoin. But those things are really irrelevant for me if I look at projections for the next year, and so this is a very good opportunity to buy for me. But if you are brand new to the market, if you've just started to become interested, then I would say just wait a little till the overall sentiment changes towards the middle of May. In May and June, guys, you'll have all forgotten about this. So don't worry too much about the individual news that are coming forward right now. I post them daily on my Facebook group. So if you want to stay updated and familiarize yourself with the market a bit, then just go to my Facebook group, or of course watch these fantastic other YouTubers that are out there that are doing a lot of this reporting and also educational work here. And this leads me to my next subject, namely fifth chakra. What does fifth chakra mean? It's the throat, it's here, it's everything, in our expression center. It's also creativity and inspiration. But in this market, what it means is that it has a lot to do with research and education, but also, of course, with truth wanting to come forward. And so in fifth chakra times, there is, for me, I see that there's a lot of news regarding taking down scams, revealing something that wasn't revealed before. Okay, so fifth chakra times are generally times where there can be a little bit of unrest due to truth coming forward. And of course, right now, there's so much of that it can be a little bit confusing. But the overall task in fifth chakra times is to learn how to trust in our own truth, and with that also to our own feeling, our inner feeling about things. And I'm not saying this this has nothing to do with emotions, guys. It's the overall emotional sentiment that creates these cycles in the crypto market, but it is actually our own personal expression here that needs to lead us to knowing when is the right time, what indicators, what reference feelings, what benchmarks, do you have? All right. So this is what I mean with that. And so next week will be a week like that, which bodes really well for doing research and educating yourself. And I want to point out here, I'm a big fan of Ivan on Tech, one of the, really steady and continually upbeat YouTubers here about the crypto market. Thank you, Ivan, for your crypto mornings. I love him, and I would recommend this to everybody. Ivan has a live stream every morning at 8 a.m. Stockholm time, Central European Summer Time. And get an overview. It's really wonderful. And also what Ivan has is a programmer's course, learning how to do blockchain programming starting in June. Those of you who are interested in really getting a little bit of an idea for the market, this is the place to go, guys. Don't pay $6,000 for a blockchain certification from some big, company that teaches you that through the corporate. And if your corporate wants you to learn this, then do this, if you will, because you getting it paid for. But sign up for Ivan as well. It's a highly trusted source and a wonderful tool to learn. Now, those of you who don't necessarily want to learn how to do blockchain programming, you can do research as well. And there's wonderful research sites. There's a decentral station from the founder of Pillar, David Siegel, which I love for just learning, the basic terminology in blockchain, and some other sources that I will post with this, the edited version of this video. Yes, and hello, Ireland. Okay, yes, Gerald, I agree with you. Prices down as much as right now. This is a good time to buy. I agree with you. Oh, thank you, Jill. You love listening to my voice. That's cool. Yes, I do a lot of guided meditations. You may want to check out my SoundCloud or watch some of the other YouTube videos. Someone is asking, do you think Bitcoin will go close to $1,000 as it has been suggested? This is hard to say for me, because I'm not doing crystal ball stuff. I am a visionary and I can do remote viewing, but I'm trying to avoid this because there's too many unknown factors. What I know is that there's a correction still, needed, and it will continue to come. But I find it unlikely that Bitcoin is going to go down to 1,000. I'll see it, like right around 5,500. And then moving to these next benchmarks that have been pointed out by many analysts. The buying pressure is just too big now, so it's hidden. We can't see it. But if you look at company news, I read a lot of corporate news. It's just amazing, guys, what is going on there, and the incongruence in what they sort of report on the outside and what they're doing on the inside is really mind-boggling. So everybody is trying to get a piece of the pie and secure their pole position here. So this is what we are in right now. And unfortunately, like so many times when it comes to grassroots movements, it is just the small investor, the people like you and I that kind of have to pay for this a little bit unless you really listen to your feeling. So educate yourself, familiarize yourself, because then the fear of the unknown becomes less. Thank you for asking this question, though. I need to make sure that I don't get don't miss your questions. Yeah, so these YouTubers can really help you to gain a good overview. This is the true source right now, I want to say. Not all YouTubers, crypto YouTubers are, but, if you have the time, listen to them while you're driving in the car or whatever, and familiarize yourself with it. This is where the big corporations get their info from as well. Mm-hmm. And on a personal side note here, this is just something I wanted to chime in. Superman did a really funny video today. Yes, I miss Crypto Daily too. Please come back. We want you. We need you. Okay. So that's just a personal message out there to another crypto YouTuber who has stopped putting out videos the last 3 weeks. Yes, we want you back. Okay. So, and the subject here that I recommend you to research first, besides, of course, learning how to do programming, if this is something that you're interested in, is to look at the new wallets that are coming now, because they're going to make our life so much easier and will also be more secure. So, in the future, I actually see that although I don't recommend this at the moment, but in the future, I see that our phones can actually be our hardware wallets. So do some research, check out the new Pillar wallet that is coming out, the Ethos, and also Exodus. These will be wallets that incorporate exchanges and atomic swaps, okay, which will drastically reduce the fees involved and also the transaction times. Somebody is asking about mining pools. Guys, if you are part of my community here, I have suggested a mining and investment pool since last year called Plant C. This is a Germany-based or a European-based mining and investment pool. Has a really good track record. Please ask me. I will post a link here. It's the only affiliate link that I have. And there you buy mining shares where you don't really need to bother with any of this. But this is a wonderful opportunity for you to link into the abundance, okay, that is possible through mining without going into a risk. Yes, and last but not least, unless you guys have questions, specific questions, I would I would like to talk about something that I was going to write an article about, but I have so little time left between energy coaching and webinars and workshops and energy healer trainings that I'm just going to talk about this. Guys, if I were 20, do you know what I would do? I would volunteer. I would volunteer, intern without payment in any of these crypto companies in your region, in wherever you live. Ask them if you could just breathe the air that they're breathing and learn. Guys, learn. If you are just getting out of college, or if you're in this, sort of early 20s age range, you will become the most sought after profession here in the future. So if you're not interested in programming itself, it doesn't matter, because there's so many other job descriptions that will be available in this market. Okay, look at all these ICOs and look at all these cool new companies that are emerging here. There's a lot of money that is being raised. Go and check out, just breathe the air of this entrepreneurial environment. Okay, if you have a crypto company, then feel free, please, to post here in this video commentary and offer yourselves, to take interns. All right, I would do this even without payment. All right, because this is so important to link yourself into these energies, just like when the internet first started, or when the smart technologies, app programming, website designing, those are all like legit careers nowadays, and they will even be more important in the future. Also, those of you who like video editing or graphics design, guys, this is the market segment. This is where you want to look for the job of the future. All right, maybe not YouTube. That doesn't seem to be that safe lately, and Facebook. That's just my 2 cents here. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. I love that you come. I want your questions. I want your comments here. Help me to grow. Subscribe to my channel and watch the collective energy update, because there I'm explaining these energies in their sort of root correlation, and here I'm just transposing it to the crypto market. And smash the like buttons. I hope to see you next week. Thank you for coming, everybody. Bye-bye.